I have found another relevant subject to take my mind off stress, and it's hoarding. My children believe I'm a hoarder, but people come to my place and they think it's quite beautiful. Just come with me. Let's hope that the camera just stays as it is. And I think I've shown you before, but I'm trying really hard. I'll just take that camera off and hold on, guys. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so that's what all them and all this. You can see boxes around too because I'm packing to move, but here, and I have dragons over. Sorry if I've just made you feel a little bit sick there. Just put the camera back. It's not one of those, things that will come with me. So, yeah, there's other things, like this. And, yeah. So my family thinks I'm a hoarder. So, am I a hoarder? Well, let's have a look. Let's discuss hoarding. So this video, this afternoon, which is a Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday before Easter, I would like to talk about hoarding. Hoarding is a topic that has gained a lot of attention in recent years, particularly with the rise of reality TV shows that focus on this subject. But what is hoarding and why do people do it? To start, let's define what hoarding means. Hoarding is the excessive accumulation of objects or possessions to the point where it interferes with a person's ability to live a normal life. Well, I think I'm living quite a normal life. I mean, there's clearly I can walk through, the dolls aren't all over the place. So I'm a collector, not a hoarder, kids. So it's important to distinguish between hoarding and collecting. Collecting is a common hobby where individuals may accumulate objects that they find interesting or valuable, but it does not interfere with their daily life or cause distress. Having said that, some of my dolls, they would cause distress. So that's a fine line, isn't it? So let's continue. So why do we hoard? There is no one size fits all answer to this question, as there are many different reasons why someone may hoard. Some individuals may hoard because of a traumatic experience or loss in their life, while others may hoard because they have a difficult time letting go of some things. Now, just sidetracking again, when my husband died, I noticed I started buying a lot of gold, and it was obviously me going through grief. So I was buying a lot of gold jewelry. In fact, I have too much gold jewelry. But I reasoned, if I buy this gold jewelry, at least I've got something to give my kids, when I die and pass away, because I don't have any money being a pensioner. Anyway, let's continue. So others hoard because they have a difficult time of letting go of things. I would have great difficulty in letting go of my dolls. There may also be a genetic component to hoarding, as studies have shown that hoarding tendencies can run in families. Now that is very interesting because my grandmother in England collected so many dolls. Her house was famous and it became a tourist attraction. So in part of Bury in Lancashire, people would flock to my grandmother's house not only because she collected dolls, but like me, she collected little objects, and she collected odds and ends because I've got pottery as well. So I've inherited it because my parents aren't collectors. My sisters don't collect. It's like it skipped a generation. And I've got a son who is a Coke collector and another son, no, he collects things, but it's just weird. Anyway, let's continue. I'm sorry. Is there such a thing as healthy hoarding? In general, hoarding is considered unhealthy behavior because it can interfere with an individual's ability to function normally. I'm having difficulty again talking, I'm sorry. However, there are some instances where hoarding may be less severe and manageable. For example, an individual who collects books and has many bookshelves in their home may be considered a book hoarder, but as long as the books are organized and do not pose a safety hazard, this behavior may be considered more benign. So maybe I am a doll hoarder, but it's just benign because I can easily find my way to bed. There's no dolls in my bed, there's no dolls in the kitchen, and there's definitely no dolls in the bathroom. There's just certain areas I've got dolls. So, when does collecting become unhealthy and abnormal? The line between collecting and hoarding can be blurry, and it's important to recognize when collecting has become a problem. If collecting interferes with an individual's ability to live a normal life, causes distress or anxiety, or poses a safety risk, it may be considered unhealthy and abnormal. For example, if an individual has collected so many objects that they cannot move freely around their home, or if their collection poses a fire hazard, it may be time to seek help. In conclusion, hoarding is a complex behavior that can be difficult to understand. While there are maybe some instances where hoarding is less severe and manageable, in general, hoarding is considered an unhealthy behavior that can interfere with an individual's ability to function normally. If you or someone you know is struggling with hoarding, it's important to seek help from a mental health professional who can provide support and guidance. And with my hoarding of dolls, when it comes to my paycheck, not every paycheck do I spend on a doll. In fact, perhaps if I'm hoarding anything, cryptocurrency. I'm just trying to throw a bit of humor into it. Yeah, if I have spare money or wish, I'm a shopper hoarder. I wish because do you know why it is with Wish? You get daily login bonuses, and these encourage you to buy and spend and buy and spend. And so maybe I don't have so much the problem with hoarding, but I have an addiction to spending. And as I said, I don't do it all the time, but sometimes I am a bit obsessed and unhealthy. So maybe I'm not so much a hoarder, but an unhealthy spender. Because that's why I had to give when I said I'm going to Bali at the end of the year, I had to give the money I saved to my daughter, otherwise I would have wasted it. Please let me know in a comment below, do you collect things, and what do you like to collect, and do you consider yourself a collector or a hoarder, and does your family or your loved ones consider you a collector or a hoarder, or do you, like me, have problems with spending? Remember, I'm an addict. I was addicted to drugs, and then I went from drugs to alcohol to shopping because it still lights up the same things in my brain. Once you become addicted, your brain is completely changed, completely rewired, and complete different brain structure. And I obviously, because of being, a meth user for so long, I can't expect, even though I'm clean now for 2 years, I can't expect that suddenly to be well. It's going to take years because I'm 62, and all my life I've had trauma. I suffer complex PTSD. That's why I've got NDIS as well as my other health issues, which I'm not going to discuss here and now. But I can't expect to be cured overnight. So here I am talking about hoarding when maybe I don't have, I haven't got, if I counted the amount of dolls, probably lucky to have 100, lucky. So maybe that's not so bad. Anyway, as I said, please, I love comments. Leave me a comment. All right. Happy Easter. I may be on tomorrow. I may not. But I thought, I'll get off stress and we'll do hoarding. Love yous. You take care. Cherish every moment. Every life matters. And have a good one. Bye.